All right, so I want to speak on these fires that are happening in Canada, and I also want to speak on the air quality because everybody seems to be speaking about this shit. And the only reason everybody's speaking about this shit is because they're force feeding this shit to you 24/7 through the mainstream. And anything that they force feed you through the mainstream, they want you to pay attention to. So anytime you see a whole bunch of articles on the news or on CNN, this is pretty much like a kid screaming for attention, saying, pay attention to me. That's pretty much what it is. So, like, you always need to recognize that. The last time we seen this is when the banks collapsed in March. So that means that they collapsed the banks because anything that the government puts on the media, they did. The pandemic, they were force feeding that shit 24/7 like it was some type of advertisement marketing scheme. They did it. The bank collapsed in March. They were force feeding that shit, talking about, oh, the bank collapsed, inflation, economy. They did it. Anything they didn't do or they don't have control over, they're not going to let you know because they're busy trying to get that under control. Once they get it under control, then they can present it like they don't have control over it. So when you see these fires and everything and everyone's speaking about it, then they want you to pay attention to it. They created the fire for whatever reason they did it, but they created it, and now they want everybody to pay attention to it, to have a certain outlook on it so they can keep their plan going and it doesn't get exposed because it's part of the agenda. That's why they have all these fucking celebrities talking about, oh, I can't breathe and I was doing this show and I was doing this, and bitch, shut the fuck up. Obviously you can't fucking breathe. The homeless ass fucking Mexican bum in front eating hot dogs in front of the show you were doing, that nigga can't fucking breathe. But it don't matter when he can't breathe. But it matters when you can't. But like, obviously, bitch, no one can breathe. The air quality's fucked up. Like, so what? Like, see, like that shows you that it's all programming. It's all, they want you to pay attention to this. So they have to have celebrities talk about it because people are so programmed and sheep in this reality that when a celebrity says something, they look at it like it's actually something. This is why they have celebrities, because they know there's dumbass people out there who look at celebrities like some type of deity, and whatever they say, it's like, oh my goodness. So when a celebrity says something, it's like impactful and shit. And then depending on what situation, they'll have a black celebrity, black woman, white lady, racist celebrity, whatever, somebody who's like, it just depends on like what it is. Shit is all crazy. And it makes their shit look more authentic, but it's all bullshit. Because it's like, always remember, when you watch the news, always ask yourself, why the fuck are they telling me this? This is the same government that won't even give sufficient housing, sufficient social and economic programs to help the people live a normal fucking life. These are these same bastards that won't even do that. So why do you give a fuck that I know that this black person got killed, or that this happened, or that the air quality is bad? Like, bitch, I know the air quality is bad. I can fucking go outside and I can see it. I can breathe it. You don't got to keep talking about this shit on fucking CNN. Talk about something that's actually going to fucking fix the goddamn quality. Talk about a piece of technology that can fix it and take the air out. Instead of wasting all this money talking about some dumb shit we don't give a fuck about because we already know. So that's another example that they controlled it, because they can go and create technology to take all that smoke out the air. They can create a tower that can just suck all that shit up. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. They can do that. But like I said, remember in my other video, I don't want to get into it. They have to limit the technology to keep the people docile and dumb. So the technology you have is not all that can be. Like, so this is why they don't create shit. They make it look like that's impossible or something. Because if the people knew it was possible, then people would be like, just go get a machine that can just take the smoke out. But since we got a bunch of dumbass people who look at life a certain way, nobody puts that into question, and then people think that this is normal. So now they can keep doing their stupid, dumb fucking shit on CNN and Fox and talking about just retarded shit. And it's really not retarded, because from their perspective, it's actually kind of brilliant, because they're doing what they set on doing, brainwashing the people. It's just the people is fucking retarded, because the people is the only one that believes this dumbass stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the people is really the dumb ones, because they're like letting, like, it's just, this shit's crazy. And it's like, I see all these spiritual people, they're talking about, they give divination, they do voodoo, they do tarot reading, and then they're coming out here talking about fucking aliens and shit, and the skies and the mother nature and the gods are angry and upset. So this is why the skies is it. Shut the fuck up with that stupid weak ass shit. You talking about you give divination and you do all this spiritual shit, but at the same time you can't do divination on the subject of what the fuck's going on and get the truth of what's going on. You can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this shit, like it just I don't know, man. I don't even take the fucking black conscious community. I don't take that shit serious anymore. Like I used to take it serious, but I realized you're supposed to create your own spiritual system. All these people, they're just copying all these Masons. This is why like they don't have no power. Like they say, I have all the spiritual shit. I'm melanin. I'm the black gods of Egypt, and we're so powerful. But then the government they're still in power. Like all these Haitian people say, oh, we have Haitian voodoo. Haitian voodoo took over. We rebelled against the white oppressive system, and they took over and became independent, which was a fucking lie, because what's going on right now, I've never seen Haiti in a prosperous position, but they said that. But then now today they can't even put it into proof. So it was like the only thing I see is a bunch of black people cursing their own people. So I hexed this person and I did this and I did that. But it's like, why don't you do it to these people running to the world? And then they'll come up with an excuse like, oh no, the universe is allowing it, divine timing, or they'll just make up some excuse like, oh, it's the universe's bit. But in reality, they can't do it because the black people or the people who use that, they didn't create that system. The Masons created voodoo and all that shit, because you wouldn't even have been able to use that if it wasn't for English language, or some of these traditions where you have to use Spanish or Latin language or whatever. So the Masons created that language. So anytime you're using a language, they get the power. So this is why that shit don't work on them. And it only works on, I'm not saying that voodoo and all that don't work, but it only works on if you're doing it to your own people or to a stupid sheep that don't got power. It doesn't work on the people because you're using their shit. You're using their language. You're using their whole concept of deities and all that shit. That's what I'm saying, because they have the whole intellectual property to all this shit. Like, it's crazy. So it's like, it makes me just, and then, like I said, like, these are the same people that are talking about, oh, like aliens are coming and all this shit. And it's like, and some of these people I used to respect and follow back in the day, but it's like I'm looking at it like these niggas is just, everybody's just lost in this world. That's what you guys got to understand. Everybody's lost. Very little people know what the fuck's going on. I'll probably say nobody really, like 99.9% of people don't know. And like, you guys like see me say that, but then when I say that, like, I'm talking about like, even people you may think are spiritual know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. And I'm not saying I know everything that's fucking going on. But at the same time, who said I'm supposed to know everything that's going on, or that I want to know everything? I only want to know what I'm supposed to know, what I'm meant to know. Some things aren't meant to be known. You don't... when they say knowledge, it's a ledge. When there's no ledge, that means it's endless. So you can know an endless amount of shit. You see what I'm saying? But do you really want to know everything? Some things are just, it's just like, I can make a fucking, you play like The Sims or whatever, you play like a video game, you can create your own life. You can create an infinite amount of lives, but would you want to spend all your time doing that? No, you're not. I can know everything, but do I really want to go into every reality and go to all these realities and know all this and have these experiences just to know? So certain things I don't want to fucking know because I don't want to experience. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't need to know everything. But yeah, I just want to end this video. Just want to fucking drop this little shit for you niggas, because it's just getting ridiculous, man. Like, at this point in time, everybody should be looking at CNN no different than Nick Jr. You should be looking at CNN no different than Nick Jr. Like, literally, if you're looking at it like it's anything different other than entertainment, you're fucking stupid. That's just entertainment. That's just the same thing as religion or any fucking doctrine to keep people thinking a certain way. It's a fucking program. Why the fuck are they telling you this? Always ask yourself when you watch any of these programs on the news, why are they telling you this? Why do I need to know some black kid got killed? I don't give a fuck. And anybody that says that's not nice, you're not nice, because you're not going to give 50% of your paycheck to the family when they get killed. So you're not nice, bitch. Don't sit there and tell me. Why do you need to know this? Why? So you can sit there and feel like you're doing something by giving your fucking bullshit condolence? Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. If you didn't even know that shit happened, you wouldn't even have gave that condolence. Therefore, you wouldn't even have felt some type of way to give a condolence, bitch. I swear, man, like, this world we live in is fucking retarded. People just watch this mainstream news and like it's something like to listen to. And if you're a sheep, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm talking about people who they say they spiritual, people that I respected. There's people in my life I've seen, I actually thought I've learned from some of these people, but it's like, they're like pushing bullshit. And I'm like, this world is fucking lost. And this is why I'm making a video. I don't give a fuck. If you're a stupid sheep, then you're going to do whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people who are like, they're trying to act, they present themselves like they're somebody, but then they're not. Because then the shit that they're participating doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you still watching Fox and CNN and taking that shit literally seriously? Like, they'll go out and say fucking there's a balloon flying in the sky, and then people will talk about this shit like it's something that the government didn't fucking stage and do. Like, anything, I'm telling you fucking dumb fuckers out there, any fucking thing you see on that goddamn CNN is bullshit. They have control. I'm not saying nobody dies, nobody gets hurt, nobody goes through nothing bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they control it. So let's just say CNN says some kids got kidnapped and somebody got killed, and they're promoting that shit for weeks on end, and they're talking about it, and it's on every major news outlet. If you see that they have something to do with it, that means that whole situation was orchestrated. Whether it was fake, it didn't happen, or it did happen and they did the killings. So I'm not saying that no, these mass shootings don't happen. Some of them, they don't happen. Some of them happen, but it's a Masonic killing. Like, they'll have a person who's a Mason put on a fake police officer suit, or, well, they're all fake, so technically it doesn't really matter if you say real or fake, but they'll put on a suit and like they're a police and a badge, and then they'll go and then fucking kill the people, and they'll say that it was somebody else or whatever, and then nobody gets charged with a murder because they were part of the fucking thing. So I just want to say that shit. Like, this shit is anything that they show you is all bullshit. They have something to do with it. Anything that they don't have no control of. There will never be a situation where the government or the system has no control over something and they're letting the people know. Everything they let you know has to be they got it under control. Because there's shit they don't got under control right now, but you don't know about it. Always remember that. Like, they'll sit there and say, oh, we try to stop crime and... Yeah, I should have brought my water. They say, oh, we try to stop crime and we have ways to stop crime and all this shit. But always remember, there's thousands of crime that go unsolved every day. Banks, corporations, all these things lose money. So when all of this shit is happening, this is shit that they don't want you to know that's going on. They don't want you to know these loopholes and shit. So when they happen, the FBI will get the secret or how people do it, and then they don't disclose it. But then certain crimes they'll put on the news, like, well, this person robbed a bank or this person did this. But yet there's so many crimes that people do scams with the banks and fraud and hacking and credit card fucking hacks and shit. Just different things people get ahead. Even different schemes with real estate and just getting different licenses and faking shit. People make money, and then they don't disclose those on the news because they don't want the masses. So there's a lot of shit goes on every day in this system, in this world. A lot of shit. And there's a lot of shit you don't know about. Crazy shit. Like, a lot of shit you see on the news, you think that's fucking crazy. It's not really that crazy compared to the shit that actually goes on that they don't even talk about. Like, remember in Men in Black? I'm not saying this is what happens, but Men in Black's an example. How, like, somebody will be doing some crazy shit, and then they'll have the guy with the thing and make them forget, and then nobody knows about, like, shit. Like, I'm not saying like crazy alien shit goes on, but crazy shit goes on where they don't want people to know. Like, let's just say something happens, that some crazy shit happens. You don't know, and then just some weird shit happen. Nothing supernatural, but something that's they don't want people knowing that can happen, and then it happens. It's not gonna get disclosed on the news because they don't have control over it, and then they don't want to make people think about reality in a way that's not really supposed to be thought about for their system to run. So I'm gonna end it there, and I'll come back at you niggas later with some more shit. Peace.